set, where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying?
This is why I train in martial arts.
Okay, here we go. This is actually take two. This is why I train in martial arts. There is a thing called fat shaming, and it can get to be downright, literally violent. A lot of times it's borderline violence. But however you want to call it, it's real. It's something that happens. And so I'm going to do a reaction / commentary to being fat shamed while getting a pedicure. I'm a subscriber to this guy named Dixon White. He talks about race a lot on his channel, and I wish I had been watching this more often because I'd have caught this sooner. But what he talks about in this video, it is a good reason of why you should train in the martial arts. And he actually uses principles and tactics and techniques that you can pick up in the martial arts, where you can use your command voice, your ki voice to get people to stop doing things. He stayed calm the whole time. He kept a level head, and he was not jarred by people trying to get physical with him so they could try to escalate. Well, I would say people try to, get physical with you so they can have an excuse to move into the violence that they want to do in the first place. And let's call it what it is, too. It's bigotry. It's just straight up bigotry. We want to call it shaming. We want to call it this. We want to label stuff that. Man, these people are just bigots. They're just different types of bigots, but they're still bigots.
And eventually, every year I get fat shamed in some kind of a way, and it just happened for the first time in 2022. So I wanted to share it with you guys what it's like, the life of a fat guy.
I know firsthand.
In case you don't know. I started treating myself to pedicures 2 or 3 times a year. And I wanted to get one today, and I happened to be out of town. I'm traveling, and I decided to go to a place I'd never been. And, of course,
I'm looking at my foot right now. I probably should do that, but I'm not, because I like to use my toes for kicking.
I didn't check the reviews before I went inside.
That's not what you did wrong. If there's anything that you did wrong, is what you're about to say next. If you did anything wrong, which I don't think you did anything wrong. But if there's a mistake that you made, is you had the halo effect from the other people that you were used to going to. And you thought that these folks who were similar to the other folks that you normally go to would be the same. That's definitely a mistake that we make in martial arts. Like when we're trying to pick a place to train. If we've trained at one particular type of style, we think that if we go to the other type of another place that's doing the same style, they're going to be just like our last coach, teacher, instructor. And that's not always the case, because people are people.
Big mistake. Folks, check the reviews before you go inside. If I had have saw those reviews, there's no way in hell I would have went in this place. I go in, it looks like a Vietnamese-owned place, which I like, because the other place I go is also a Vietnamese place. It's also a Vietnamese-owned place, and they do a great job locally where I live. But now I'm out of town. I went to this place. I'm assuming they're going to do a great job too. As soon as I walk in, I felt like judgment. 2 or 3 of the techs and even the manager starts looking at me and chattering in Vietnamese.
Now, a lot of times, this is going to lead to a confrontation. But you can definitely, this is some stuff here you can definitely apply to any type of physical confrontation. If it's about to go off, something about to pop off, like they say around where I live at, check out the looks that people give you and check out what they're saying in their tone. Now, he didn't even understand the language, but he could tell from the tones and from the nonverbals that, this was not going to be a good situation. So if you're thinking about avoiding violence, this is a good time to just leave or just kind of back away or just go out. Trust that gut instinct that you have that things about to go down, because it probably is.
I don't know what they're saying, but they keep all of them looking at me, talking, looking at me, talking. I'm 6'4" and I'm a big guy.
And you should still be able to go someplace without having to deal with people's evil. Just because you're 6'4" and you're a big guy. I don't mean what? They need to leave you alone. Mind their business. Mind their non-6'4" business.
So I sit down and she starts adjusting the chair back and forth, back and forth. And I said, ma'am, I'm fine. No, it's for me, not for you. And I'm like, okay. So she starts saying, it's for me, not for you. And I said, okay, well, I want to be comfortable. So we argue about the chair a little bit, and finally she leaves it alone. Then she starts complaining about the position of my foot in a very hostile manner. She literally starts forcibly grabbing my leg and said, you gotta move your leg. You gotta move your leg. She's talking.
Now, one thing that martial arts training can give you is when people try to grab you and start being forcible with you, you don't necessarily feel like, oh my God, I gotta fight. Because you're used to being grabbed, you can hopefully think and say, is this a grab I should respond to, with some kind of counter? Can I just go with this grab? Or is this something I can ignore? Because I think when you're not used to being grabbed, you're not used to any type of contact on you at all, you're probably going to go more. I think you'll be more prone to go into fight or flight than if you're used to that type of stimuli coming at you from your training, where you prepared yourself for that. That's just me guessing here from what I feel like I've gotten from training.
Okay, I can't do her accent. But anyhow, I had to tell her to stop. Leave my leg alone. I can't move it any different than what it is now. It's uncomfortable. I have to argue with her. I have to raise my voice.
Raising your voice can be a weapon. That's one reason why we yell and kia when we're doing the forms and we're doing the 1 steps. It can train you to use your voice as a weapon. Now, I don't know if he's a martial artist or not, but whether he is or not, this type of stuff that he's doing is definitely things that you can pick up subconsciously from the martial arts.
Now, shockingly, she calls her friend on the phone, makes a video call. I know it's a video call because I see her friend on the other end because she had set her phone down, and I see her friend. And she points it at my body while making a video call and starts showing her friend on the video call what I look like.
That's just ignorant.
I can't believe it. She's supposed to be doing a pedicure, instead she's recording a fat guy and talking about me in Vietnamese to her friend. Obviously, you can tell what she's doing. I said, if you don't hang up the phone, I'm leaving now. She rolls her eyes. She hangs up the phone. I should have already left. I already feel embarrassed, humiliated. I feel a lot of anxiety. The women in there, there's only women except for the male manager, but all the women in there, they're getting their nails done, are looking at me now.
And you see how this type of bully predator depends on our good manners to not make a scene. See how they do that? See how they are manipulating social norms so they can take advantage of us? That's what predators do. And that's why I can't stand them. I consider her to be a predator. I feel like she psychically feeds off of the negativity that she generates and causes with people. And she's a bigot. So this is just another case of bigotry. Somebody that's a sadistic bigot that likes doing what they do.
Her trying not to let me see them looking at me, but I catch them looking at me. One nice lady smiled at me, like, it's okay, which was nice. So then this nail tech, this lady who's giving me the pedicure.
Oh yeah, I wanted to stop. You know what? I don't want to point it out too much because I don't want him to get canceled. But he was getting ready to say something that he called himself. Now he called himself internet, and he was upset. So let's not try to cancel people for. He almost said, and you probably missed it because the first time I watched it, I missed it myself. So let's be clear. He is the victim here. Okay. Anyway.
Starts filing my nails, which is fine. And then she decides to start torturing me.
See, when people say that, and I know I've said this on my videos, when I've said, like, if I've been in some type of near violent situation that I avoided, I think this person was trying to hurt me. I think they were trying to kill me even. I think they were trying to, hit me or this or that. You get the nah, you must have said something, you must have did something. What did you say? What did you do? And it's like, no, I didn't do anything. I just showed up. I was just in this place. And this person felt like it was their responsibility to make my life miserable. Do you believe it now, naysayers? There is a such thing called an unprovoked attack. He came in here in good faith as a customer, and she's trying to cause a scene and escalate. And thank goodness he was actually demonstrating the Taekwondo tenet of self-control by not allowing things to escalate. And she was trying to take advantage of him using the Taekwondo tenet of courtesy to not let things get any more weird than they were getting. Well, I shouldn't even say weird, violent than they were getting.
I swear to God, she was intentionally, I know you better believe me, but she was evil.
I believe you.
She started filing my nails, and then she progressed. When she got to my big toe, she literally started filing my skin. Nowhere near my nail. She just starts filing my damn skin off my toe as aggressively as she can. I said, stop. I jerk my foot back. She grabs my foot and continues. And I said, stop. She does it again. A third time, I said, stop. Like that.
That's that ki. That's that spirit shout. Stop.
The whole entire shop stopped, looked like, somebody's being attacked, because I was.
Say that again for the people in the back, and I hope some students will watch this. When I tell you that when you do your one steps and you should yell at them, because if you're being attacked or somebody's trying to hurt you when you're defending yourself, it will draw attention to you and you just might get some help.
I didn't say a word. I got up. I put my shoes on. She literally was tearing the damn skin off my toe. And I said, I'm not paying you. I made a scene. The manager started yelling. They started yelling in Vietnamese, and they followed me outside, and I stopped. And I said, call the police. This woman fat shamed me and tortured me. I'm not paying.
Now, they followed him out. Why did they follow him out of the establishment if he was leaving? What were they doing? He was leaving. I think they were up to something. I think now, see, I'm going to wait till we finish this. But I think they were up to something.
And I walked away. And they didn't follow me to my car, thank God. But I walked away and I never paid. Why the hell would I pay?
Exactly.
But the bigotry is real.
Let me rewind that.
The hell would I pay? But the bigotry is real.
Say that again.
But the bigotry is real.
Is what?
And why the hell would I pay?
The bigotry is what?
But the bigotry is real.
Exactly.
My God, folks, check the damn reviews.
The bigotry.
King Charles III.
Not to King Charles. The bigotry is real. It's really real. And now, one thing I wanted to say too is that I wonder if he had not been Caucasian American, if he had been African American, would they have attacked him? Because maybe in the back of their minds, they know that he still has more credibility with law enforcement due to his demographic. That if they tried to initiate violence, that he may be believed more than them. The odds are. Had that been an African American or any other person of color who was darker than them, would they have attacked him? And then try to turn around and say, if law enforcement got involved, oh, well, he attacked us. It sounds like it was at least two people. So whether you're 6'4" or not, And not all of us are over 6'4". That's a small percentage of every population. See, that's a good reason to train in martial arts. Because you may have people trying to provoke you to violence. And it sounds to me, I think that woman was trying to provoke him so she could have an excuse to get somebody else to hurt him. I think she'd have provoked him and she'd have went, oh, I'm so scared of this big guy. And then somebody else could have did something just because of her evil and her bigotry. Let's call it what it is. You can call it fat shaming, whatever kind of shaming that there is. It's bigotry. These people are bigots. These people causing all these problems nowadays. Bigots. They're just different types of bigots, but they're still bigots. And they're evil. It's called evil what it is. What she did, that was evil. That was evil. And because there's evil in the world, that's a good reason for people who are not evil to train in the martial arts. Now, like I said, I don't know if Dixon White is a martial artist or not, but he definitely demonstrated some excellent traditional martial arts principles in the way that he handled that situation. So kudos to him. And I need to watch his channel more often because he's got some good stuff. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Please share with people that talk about the martial arts and peace. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And do you believe it now, internet, because the bigotry is real? Let's say it again for the people in the back.
And I walked away, and they didn't follow me to my car, thank God.
He walked away. They didn't fall into his car,
but I walked away and I never paid. Why the hell would I pay? But the bigotry is real. My God, folks, check the damn reviews.
Yes, sir, it is. Peace.